This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, the next concept is personal structure. Yeah, personal structure. Now, using the personal structure, we define relationship of an employee with the company. Yeah, using the personal structure, we define a relationship of an employee with the company. So, what do you mean by relationship? Relationship means how the employee is associated with the company. Whether the employee is a permanent employee or whether the employee is a contractor, yeah, or whether the employee is a part-time worker, yeah, part-time worker, yeah, or the employee is a trainee or apprentice, all this stuff. So we are going to define the relationship of an employee with the company using the personal structure. Then not only this, how, whether the employee is a monthly salaried employee, yeah, monthly salaried employee or an hourly paid worker, yeah, or an hourly paid worker. So what kind of relationship, how exactly an employee is associated with the company is defined using a personal structure, using personal structure. And in personal structure we have two components. The first one is employee group, yeah, employee group, and then employee subgroup, employee subgroup. These two are the components of personal structure. Yeah, are the components of personal structure. Employee group and employee subgroup. And with respect to the example what we are seeing right now, yeah, with respect to the example what we are seeing right now, the employee groups will be perm and contract, the permanent employee or the contractor, and the employee subgroups that we are going to define are monthly salaried employees and hourly salaried employees. Yeah, hourly salaried
Employee group
employees.
is permanent, sir, right?
Permanent and contract, both. Two employee
In employee
subgroups.
group.
So two
Okay.
employee groups. Two employee groups, and we will define two employee subgroups. Two employee subgroups. Monthly salaried employees as well as hourly salaried employees. Hourly salaried
Okay.
employees. Now in India, it's all monthly salaried system only. Yeah, monthly salaried.
Okay.
Whereas if you consider countries like US or other countries,
It's hourly based, right?
it's few of the employees' salary will be hourly based.
Right.
Hourly based.
Yes.
So it's like $50 an hour, $60 an hour, $100 an
Right,
hour,
sir.
$120, $150 is going to be the
Got
hourly
it.
salary. So we have hourly salaried employees as well, and maybe in
Okay.
India also we might have them. We don't know, but there might be less number of people for whom the hourly salary might be paid. But we don't have
Right.
the concept in India. It's all monthly salary only.
Right.
Right. Now, let us see where we can define personal structure. Personal structure. Personal structure. Now, SPRO, reference IMG. We have reference IMG. Enterprise structure. The node called enterprise structure. The same node definition, definition, and then human resources management. Human resources management. We have a node called employee groups.
Employee group.
We have a node called employee group.
Employee group.
Now in this node, yeah, in this node, we need to define the employee group. And here also we have a table associated with it. If you click on table view and say print, there's a table. T501 table. Yeah, T501. Now, I think yesterday we discussed, right? Using SM30 also, we can get
We will
into the
discuss.
table. So using SM30 also, we can get into the table if you remember the table name. Otherwise, if you remember the navigation path, that is fine.
Right.
So each and every node or each and every table will have a table name. And when you click on print, you'll be able to see the table name. You'll be able to see the table name. And you'll also be able to see the client number here.
Yes,
So
it's
while
800.
discussing about the architecture of SAP or landscape of SAP, we said that each and every client will have a number, right? Each and every client will have a number. So that
Yes,
this client number is 800. This client number is 800. But in the real-time systems, 800 client number will not be there. Okay,
okay,
this will be there
okay,
only in the training systems. This is only there in the training systems. And moving forward, whenever you attend interviews, if someone will
okay,
ask you client number, don't say 800. Okay, if you
okay,
say
sir.
800, they'll know that you have worked only on training system. You don't have real-time
Okay,
experience. All right. So you can say any number apart from
oh,
800. Yeah,
okay,
any number apart from.
okay,
All right. Now, the employee group is a single character code. Yeah, employee group is a
okay,
single character code. You can use any alphabet, any number, any of the special characters that are present on the keyboard. Yeah, any of the
okay,
special characters that are present on the keyboard. Now
keyboard.
let's click on new entries. Okay, now in this table there are so many entries. Let me try with this and let me try if they are available. Yeah, now it's going to be VASINC, yeah, firm,
Okay, oh,
right? Firm. So the employee groups that we will define are firm as well as contract, permanent employees as well as
oh,
contractors.
contract. Oh,
So VASINC, yeah, contract, yeah, contract. So these are the two employee groups that we define. So hit on enter. So hit on enter looks like is already used.
summary. Oh,
Yeah, is already used. Uh, Let me try something else here. Okay, both of them are available. Yeah, both
okay,
of them are available. That is like closed bracket and open bracket, some kind of brackets, square brackets. Yeah, square brackets.
okay,
Save. So whenever you save, obviously the system will generate a transport request, right?
okay,
And navigate back. Then employee subgroups. Employee subgroups and define employee subgroups. Double click on define employee subgroups. And employee subgroup is a two character code. Yeah, two character code. So we can define any two characters of our choice, which are of course
okay,
alphanumeric again, which are alphanumeric. So, so we have, I'll start something with Z. Yeah, so click on new entries.
good,
ZM and ZN, right? ZM
okay,
is ASINC. Yeah, we have monthly salaried employees. Monthly
salary.
salary. Monthly salary. Then ZN is VASINC, hourly salary.
Well,
Hourly salary. Save it. Save it. Navigate back and further back. Close. Close. Now, the next node is assignment.
okay,
Assignment, and within assignment you have human resources, and then assign employee subgroup to employee group.
okay,
Assign employee subgroup to employee group. Execute
employee
this
group.
now. assign employee subgroup to employee group and click on new entries. Yeah. Now the employee group that we have defined is open bracket is one square bracket and then
Close
ZM.
ZM.
Yeah. And also we need to choose the country grouping, you know, the
Yes.
country grouping to which it is relevant, and hit on enter, That means what we are doing here is we are saying that the permanent employees might be monthly employees. The permanent employees might be also hourly paid workers, hourly salaried. The contractors might be monthly salaried. The contractors also can be hourly
Hourly.
salaried. So we are setting up the relationship between these two. That means
Okay.
the permanent employees, they can be paid monthly or they can be paid hourly.
Hourly.
Okay, there will be varieties of employees. Whenever we are considering an organization, yeah, there might be varieties of employees. So
Yes.
based on their agreement with the company, yeah, based on the business process, we need to uh, do varieties of configurations. Even when we are considering part-time workers, yeah,
Okay.
part-time workers, there might be hourly salary, they might be monthly salary. Even if we consider the trainees, yeah, trainees,
Okay.
they can be monthly salaried or hourly salaried also. Yeah, hourly salaried also. So like this, there will be varieties of employees. So in our example, we are only considering permanent and contract, monthly and hourly. So we need to link them. We need to link them, and that is the link that we are doing right now. That we are setting up right now. Save it. Save it. Navigate back. Click on new entries. Click on new entries. Then contractors who are ZN and USA.
USA.
That means contractors who are hourly salary. Save it. Click on new entries. Now it is ZM, then USA. That means permanent employees can be monthly salaried
Yeah.
employees.
Monthly.
They can be monthly salary. Now get back. Click on new entries. Now permanent employees can be
Z. ZM.
hourly salaried also.
Right.
So now get back. Hand back. Now execute this node once again. Execute this node once again.
Uh,
Now you'll be able to see. mm, let's
Increase.
say now you'll be able to see here. Okay. The permanent employees can be monthly salaried. Permanent employees can be hourly salaried. Yeah. The
All right.
contractors can be monthly salaried. Contractors can be hourly salaried also.
Hourly. Increase.
Can be hourly salaried also. Various possible combinations as per the customer's business process need to configure. Need to save it and navigate back. Then there is also one another node that we need to configure, yeah, in order to complete the personal structure configurations. So in personal management and personal administration, organizational data,
Okay.
organizational assignment, define employee
Define
attributes,
attribute.
define employee attributes.
Attribute.
Choose the country group in 10,
Okay.
choose the country group in 10 and click on position,
Okay.
we'll be able to see the employee groups and subgroups that we have configured. Yeah, employee subgroups and groups that we have configured.
Yeah.
Now, in this table, we need to assign three statuses. We need to assign three statuses. And what are these statuses? The first one is activity status. Then the second one is employment status. Yeah. The third
Okay.
one is training status.
Training.
Employment status. Third one is training status.
Training.
So what are these statuses? What are these statuses? If you hit on F1, if we hit on the F1 key, yeah, we will
Okay.
be able to see the statuses that we can assign.
Training.
If the employees are the active employees, we need to
Okay.
assign one. Yeah, the activity statuses are the employees might be active employees, they might be retirees, they might be early retirees, they might be part-time workers, etc. Yeah, etc. So let us assume that all these employees are active employees. Yeah. So the activity status that we need to assign is one. Yeah,
Okay.
is one.
Okay.
Then employment status. Employment status. Place the cursor, hit on F1. Yeah. So these are the standard employment statuses defined by SAP. Yeah, SAP.
Okay.
For hourly paid workers or for the hourly salaried employees, we need to assign a status one. Yeah.
One.
And for monthly salaried employees, we need to assign a status called as two. Yeah, status called as two. So wherever we have defined monthly salaried employees, assign a status called two, and wherever we have hourly paid salaries or hourly paid workers, assign one, two, and one, right? Two and one.
Okay.
Then training status. Hit on F1. Hit on F1. If
Okay.
the employees are trained employees, we have to assign a status two. And if the employees are trainees or apprentices, then we have to assign a status called one. Yeah, status called one. Now, let us assume that all these employees are trained employees. So I'll assign a status called two. But
Okay.
if at all you have defined any employee, groups or subgroups who are trainees or apprentices, then for them you can assign a status called one. Yeah,
One.
status called one. So like this, we need to assign the activity status, employment status, and training status.
Training.
Training status. And then you can hit on save. These are the standard statuses that are defined by SAP. Yeah. And we need to
Okay.
assign the statuses to the appropriate employee groups and subgroups.
Okay.
Groups and I'll get back. This is all about the personal structure.
Okay.
This is all about the
Okay.
personal structure. Now, the next concept is payroll basics.
Yes.
Next concept is payroll basics.
Yes.
That means we need to understand or we need to learn those basic concepts in payroll, yeah, those basic concepts in payroll that are relevant for personal administration or that are relevant to hire an employee, yeah, that are relevant to hire an employee.
Unemployed.
Okay, now what are the payroll basics? Now, in India, of course, we are all monthly salaried employees only. Yeah, we are all
Yeah.
salary will be processed or the payroll will be processed once in a month.
Right.
Once in a month. But in countries outside India, in few of the countries outside India, yeah, there might be weekly payroll processing.
Correct, sir.
Weekly salary will be paid to employees. Every week, the payroll will be run. Or bi-weekly employees. Once in 2 weeks, the salary might be processed. Semi-monthly employees and monthly salary employees. Varieties. Or quarterly also.
Okay.
There might be some management consultants, who might be paid quarterly salaries also. It all depends. It all depends on the agreement of the employee with the company. Agreement of the employee with the company.
Okay.
So how do we represent this in SAP? Right? Because this is also a business process, right? This is a
Correct, sir.
payroll business process. We have to depict, we have to represent, we have to configure in SAP. To configure this in SAP. So how do we do that? Now, let us assume that there are about 500 employees in a company. 500 employees in a company. Out of these 500 employees, for 200 employees, the salary might be processed on a monthly basis. Monthly payroll. And for 300 employees, the salary might be processed on a weekly basis. Right? Weekly basis. So what we do is we group these 200 employees under one group.
Okay.
We group 200 employees using one group, and we group these 300 employees in another group. Now, we group them using a payroll area. We group them by using
Payroll.
payroll area. Now, payroll area is nothing but grouping of all the employees for whom the salary has to be processed on the same day and at the same time. Grouping of the employees for whom the salary has to be processed, the payroll has to be processed on the same day and at the same time. That is called as payroll area. So these 200 employees, we can group them under a payroll area called as P1, and
Okay.
these 300 employees, we can group them by using another payroll area called as P2. Another payroll area called as P2. And for this entire P1 employees, we can process the salary in one time. And for this P2, we can process the salary on some other time. And for them, once in a month, for them, every week. Every week. So this is payroll area. This is payroll area. Grouping of all the employees for whom the salary has to be processed on the same day and at the same time is called as payroll area. Payroll area. Then, period parameter. Period parameter. Period parameter is nothing but the frequency in which payroll has to be processed for a particular payroll area. The frequency in which payroll has to be processed for a payroll area. So here, for P1, the frequency or the period parameter will be monthly, right? And for P2 payroll area, the period parameter or the frequency is weekly. This is called as period parameter, the frequency in which payroll is run for a payroll area.
Frequency in which?
Payroll is run for a payroll area. Frequency in which the payroll has to be processed for a payroll area. Then date modifier. Date modifier. By using a date modifier, we define the payday. Pay date or payday. Using the date modifier, we define the pay date. Pay date. Now, with this little introduction, let us go ahead and define the payroll areas for the example what we are seeing right now. Now, SPRO,
Yes.
reference IMG, personal management, personal administration,
Okay.
personal administration,
Then,
organizational data, organizational assignment,
okay.
organizational assignment. There's a node called as create payroll area, the second node,
Okay.
create payroll area.
Area.
So here we need to define the payroll areas. Here we need to define the payroll areas.
Yes, area.
Now, let me see if P1 and P2 are available. If they are, we can use them. Now, looks like
There's already is.
P3 and P5 are available. Yeah,
That's it.
P3 and P4 is also available actually. So click on new entries.
Okay.
Click on new entries. Let us say P3 and P4.
Before.
P3 is PAS INC, yeah, VAS
Okay.
INC monthly payroll, and for the monthly payroll, the period parameter. If you click on the drop down, you can choose period parameter is 01, that is monthly. Yeah. Then check this checkbox called as run payroll. Yeah. Check this checkbox called as run payroll, and the date modifier will be standard modifier. This is 00. That will be standard modifier.
No.
Now, P4 is VAS INC, yeah,
Hourly.
with
Weekly.
period parameter. Click on the drop down or hit on F4. It is 3.
03.
Check the checkbox called as run payroll. Date modifier is standard modifier.
0.
Standard modifier. Right? Save it.
Right.
Save it. Click on continue. Now get back and further. So this is how we define the payroll area. This is how we define payroll areas. Next, check default payroll area. Check default payroll area. When you execute check default payroll area, yeah, we don't see a table here, right? This is not a
That's
table. Till now, whenever we have executed nodes, we have seen only tables always.
right.
When we have done configurations, we have entered new, we have made new entries. But here, this is called as a feature or a decision tree. Yeah, this is called as a
Yeah.
feature or a decision tree. So what do we do using a decision tree? Using a decision tree, we make decisions. Yeah, we make decisions. Now, how does this work? How does this decision tree work? Now, let's say I'm giving you some common example. Yeah, is it raining? Yeah, is it raining? Yes, if the answer is yes, I'll have coffee. Yeah, I'll have coffee. Okay. If it is no, then I'll have tea. I'll have tea. So Whether I'll have coffee or tea will depends on whether it's raining or not.
Right.
Yeah, whether it's raining or not. So we have set up a small decision tree here. We have set up a small decision tree. Okay. So whether I'm going to have coffee or tea depends on whether it rains or not. Whether it's raining or not. Now here also using this decision tree, yeah, using this decision tree, we will make some decision. We will define some decision. Okay,
Okay.
what is the decision we are going to make? What is the decision that we are going to make? The decision we are going to make is if the employee subgroup, yeah, if the employee subgroup is ZM. What is ZM? Monthly salaried
So
employees,
monthly,
right?
monthly, yes.
Yeah, if the employee subgroup is ZM, then the payroll area, the default payroll area will be P1, sorry, P3. Yeah, P3. And if the employee subgroup is ZN, yeah, if it is ZN, then the payroll area will be P4, weekly, right? Weekly. So
Right.
this is the decision that I'm going to define here. This is a decision that I'm going to make here. And what is the name of this decision tree? This decision tree has a name. The name is ABKRS. The name of this decision tree is ABKRS.
ABKR.
ABKRS. Name of this
Okay.
decision tree. And we are going to default the payroll area using ABKRS. We are going to default. Default means automatically that will be assigned or
Yes, sir.
automatically that will be understood, commonly understood. Yeah, commonly understood. Right. Now, the initial decision here in this tree is taken using a parameter called as transaction class. Transaction class. Now, there are two types of transaction classes. Transaction class A and transaction class B.
Big.
Transaction class A means master data and time data. Transaction class B means applicant data. Applicant data. So, applicant data means any configurations that you are doing with respect to recruitments, you can use applicant data. Any configurations you are making with respect to personal, time management, payroll, benefits, etc., we use transaction class A. We use
Okay.
transaction class called A. To open up transaction class A, because now we are doing configurations pertaining to personal administration or payroll, maybe. Within this transaction class A, the further decision is taken based on personal area. Yeah, personal area. And the
Right.
technical name for personal area is WERKS. WERKS. Open it up.
Okay.
Open it up. Now include the personal areas that we have configured. Yeah, include
Okay.
the personal areas that we have configured. So in this list, we are not finding them, obviously. We need to include them. So if we have to include them, click on WERKS. Okay, looks like it's in the display now.
Sure.
Okay, we are seeing this feature in the display. Hang on.
Okay.
Same. Okay, yes. Check. Someone else is using. Looks like someone else is using this.
Okay. Yes. Blog. It got blocked.
Huh? Sorry?
It's saying that it got blocked.
Yeah, it got blocked. Someone else is using
Yeah.
it. I think some other participant is using the same. the same feature. Did you also log into SAP by any chance?
No, sir. Not yet.
Not fine. Yes, maybe. Hang on, please.
Yes, sir.
I'm just cross-checking. There
Okay.
another participant, I think they might be using this. Okay, let's leave this node for some time. Yeah, let us
Okay.
configure the next node, that is create control record. Yeah, create control record. So execute the node called as create control record. Yeah, execute the node called as create control record, and we have to create this control record for each and every payroll area that we have defined. Yeah, we have to create the control record for each and every payroll area that we have defined. Now we have defined two payroll areas, right?
Yes, sir.
1 second.
Okay.
Okay, so the payroll areas that we have defined as are P3 and P4. So for P3, give P3, yeah, give P3 and click on create. Yeah, we have to create control record. So give P3 and click on create. Click on create. So there are two things that we need to give here. The first one is payroll period, and the second one is earliest retroactive accounting period. Yeah, payroll period, and the second one is earliest retroactive accounting period. Now the payroll period that I want to give here is, let's say 02/2020. That is 2020 second month, February. Yeah, February. And then earliest retroactive accounting period. Earliest retroactive accounting period, I will give January 2020. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
2020. Now, January 2020. Now, hit on enter. Hit on enter. Of course, the payroll period. Yeah, payroll period means the period for which we want to run the payroll. Okay, that
Right.
means this is something which is predefined in SAP. Yeah, we can also define this as per the customer's business process. Yeah, we can
Okay.
also define as per the customer's business process. Now I have given here the second payroll period. Second payroll period starts from 1/2/2020 till 29/12, sorry, 29 to 2020. Yeah, this is the payroll period. That is second payroll period for this particular payroll area. Now,
Okay.
what is this earliest retroactive accounting period? Or what is retroactive accounting period, first of all? So do you have any idea what is retro or retroactive accounting? Have you come across this term any time previously?
No, no, sir. No.
Retro, retro,
No.
no?
Means restoring.
Yeah, sorry?
Retro means restoring.
Not restoring. Okay, I'll tell you. Let's
Okay.
say, let's say there's an employee, yeah, whose
Okay.
basic pay is, let's say, some $3,000. Yeah, is a
Okay.
basic pay, $3,000. So the salary for the month of, let's say, December 2019 has been processed. Yeah. Then Jan is also processed. Feb is also processed. Now we are in the month of March. It is yet to be processed. It is yet to be processed. So 3,000 here paid. 3,000 here also paid. Now 3,000 here is yet to be paid. Yet to be paid. Now in the
Okay.
month of March, they make a decision saying that the salary of this employee will be increased. The basic pay
Okay.
will be increased. Yeah, that is the decision they made. But it will be increased from the month of Jan. But it will be increased from the month of Jan. So they say that, okay, we are increasing the basic pay by $500. Okay. They made a decision in the month of March saying that the employer's salary will be increased from the past dates, from the month of Jan.
Okay.
So whenever they are running the payroll for the month of March, what they have to do? They have to do recalculation. They have to do recalculation saying that 500 for the month of Jan has to be paid. Another 500 for the month of Feb also has to be paid. And 500 for the month of March has to be included. Yeah, has to be included. So when they're running the payroll for the month of March, what happens? How much they have to pay? They have to pay 500
Okay. 500.
plus 500 plus
500.
3,500.
Okay.
So in the month
Total.
of March, the salary which the employee receives is $4,500. $4,500. And from the month of April again, it is going to be
4,000.
3,500. From April, it is going to be 3,500 only. Only in the month of March, because they have to do recalculation.
Okay. Okay. Got
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
because they have to do recalculation, they have paid 4,500. But in the month of April, it is again 3,500.
500.
So this calculation part, this part is called retro.
Retro.
It's called retro. Or in India, we commonly call it as arrears. Arrears, have you heard of a term called arrears?
Yes, sir. Yes, I heard. And
What is
yeah.
arrears?
Nothing but it's like bonus. Previous amount will be added to the salary.
Correct.
Yeah.
It is not bonus. Bonus
Yes,
might be
sir.
one of the a part of arrears, but bonus is
Right.
different, but then it might be a part of arrears. Okay.
Yes, right.
So this is what is called arrears. This is what is called
Yes.
as arrears. Usually in India, what happens is there will be a pay, pay increase, pay revision, pay
Right.
revision. Okay. There'll be, if you have your, any one of your family members in government organizations, yeah, they'll say that the salary increase, salary increments, pay revision, or, for the pay revision in India, we have, a pay commission. We have pay
Right.
commissions, right? Okay, they once in every 5 years, the salaries of the central government and state government employees have to be revised. They have to be increased, right? They have to be
Yes, sir.
increased. And at times we say that the DA has been increased for government employees or the pensioners. Did you come
Okay.
across this news anytime? DA, dearness allowance.
Yes, sir. No, sir. Actually, my father is a government employee only. He got retired
Retired.
in
Okay,
steel
yeah.
plant.
So,
Yeah. He's
correct.
from
You
steel
told me.
plant.
So they used to have they used to have pay commissions, pay increments, pay revisions. So what they do is, let's say the pay revision has to be made in 2020 Jan. Let us say in 2020 Jan, the pay revision has to be made for the employees. But they will not make a decision in Jan. The decision process is a little slow in India, right? So what happens is that they'll say that certain percent will be increased, but they may actually make this decision in 2021 June, let's say. Okay, June. So in 2021 June, what they say is, hey guys, your salary will be increased by certain percentage, but that will be in effect from Jan 2020. In effect from Jan 2020. So when they process their June month salary, they consider all these changes right from Jan to June. So all these 18 months changes, they recalculate and they pay in the month of June. This is called retro or arrears or arrears. Okay,
Okay.
is the concept clear now?
Yes, sir.
So that is what we are going to define in the other field. So let me show you. SPRO, reference IMG, personal management, personal management of data, create, control, record. Now the payroll period is I'm giving as 2 and earliest retroactive accounting period as Jan. So what is this earliest retroactive accounting period? It means that whenever there are changes in the master data, yeah, the
Okay.
system will perform retroactive accounting only till this date in the past. We are drawing a
Okay.
line. We are drawing a line and saying that look, if there are any master data changes, okay, in the past, yeah, in the past,
Okay.
then those changes will get affected only till Jan. Any changes before Jan will not be calculated, will not be counted. That is what we are saying to the system. That is what we are saying to the system. So this is what is called the earliest retroactive accounting period. Earliest retroactive accounting
Okay.
period. Right away. Earliest retroactive accounting period. Drag it back. Let me check this once.
Okay.
It's still not. 1 second. Hang on. Let me call someone.
Okay. Amma babu.
Abhi,
Yes, sir.
please mute yourself. Yeah. All this will get recorded.
Okay, sir. Sorry, done.
Okay, so I think someone has logged that table. Okay, let me find out, and then I'll explain you what this default payroll area is. Yeah, what this
Okay.
default payroll area is. Now,
Payroll area control.
so the payroll basics, this concept is completed. Yeah, completed. And then what I'm making a note is ABKRS feature is not done. Yeah, ABKRS
Okay.
is not done. Okay, we'll discuss about this after this table is unlocked. This feature is unlocked.
Okay.
Then what we also need to understand few things about this control record. Yeah, few things about
Okay.
this control record and what exactly is the basic purpose of this control record. Yeah, what is the purpose of this control record? Now the purpose of this control record is, yeah, this control record will lock the payroll. Yeah, it will log the payroll when master data changes have to be done, and it will log the master data changes when we want to run the payroll, vice versa. Yeah, we can log the payroll when master data changes have to be done,
Okay.
and we log the master data changes when the payroll has to be run. So what does it mean? What does it mean? Now the system what we are talking, the system what we are learning right now is SAP. Yeah, it is an ERP. So there will be many users. There will be many business users. Let us say the example what we are discussing right now is Atlanta. Yeah, and then Dallas.
Got it.
Yeah. So in Atlanta, there might be some personal administrators or the end users. Let us say there are three personal administrators. Yeah. Then there are
Okay.
two time administrators, and then let us say there are benefits administrators, one benefits administrator, and then there is one payroll administrator. Yeah, payroll administrator. Similarly, in Dallas, let us say there are two personal administrators, one time admin, one benefits admin, and one payroll admin. So these are all the end users or the business users. Yeah, these are all the end
Okay.
users or the business users who use the SAP system to perform the transactions on a daily basis. Transactions on a daily basis. Okay, so
Okay.
let's say someone is hiring an employee. Let's say the time administrator wants to perform the time evaluation, or they want to maintain the employee master data pertaining to the time management. And the benefits administrator, they are maintaining the benefits related records of the employees. Okay. At the same time, the payroll admin wants to run the payroll. Payroll admin wants to run the payroll. So when I want to run the payroll, okay, nobody should be able to change the employee master data, isn't
Okay.
it? Let's say I want to run the payroll and someone wants to run the, someone wants to change the basic pay information of an employee. Okay, so what basic pay the system should consider? Should it consider the old basic pay or the new basic pay?
Okay.
Now let us say I want to run the payroll, but some time administrator they wants to apply some unpaid leave to an employee. Unpaid leave to an employee. So should the system deduct the salary or not? There will be some ambiguity. So for that reason, what the payroll administrator does is, whenever the payroll administrator wants to run payroll for the payroll area P3, yeah, P3, they'll simply go here, the control record, yeah, they'll simply go to the control record, they change, they'll say release for payroll. When they say release for payroll, yeah, when the control record is in the release for payroll mode, then no other end users will be able to make changes to the employee master data.
Okay.
No other end users will be able to make changes to the employee master data, because all these people might be sitting in different locations. Okay,
Yes, sir.
this end user might be in the payroll department. This user might be in the benefits department. That will be somewhere, somewhere, in some location. And these two guys will be, they might be sitting in the time office. They might be sitting in the time office. And these personal administrators, they might be sitting in the personal administration department. Okay. So whenever the payroll administrator wants to run the payroll, they cannot call everybody and say that, hey, I want to run the payroll. Please don't make changes to the master data. That is not how it works, right? They'll simply
Okay.
go to the control record. They'll simply go to the control record and they'll simply lock it. They'll say release for payroll. When they say release for payroll, it will be logged for the master data changes. No other end user will be able to make changes to the employee master data. No other users. They'll say that they'll get a message saying that this payroll area is logged for employee master data changes. So the other users will automatically understand that, okay, this payroll administrator wants to run the payroll. So that's the reason why they have said release for payroll. And when they say release for payroll, then the master data changes cannot be done. Right?
Okay.
That is one function of the control record, one of the uses of the control record. Now let us say the payroll run is completed. Let us say the payroll run is completed. After the payroll run is completed, they will have to say exit payroll and then save. Save. And again, after that, when the other users want to, make changes to the,
Okay.
master data, then first they have to say release for payroll.
Okay.
Then they have to say release for correction and save it. When they say release for correction, when the control record is in the release for correction mode, then the other users can make changes to the employee master data.
Okay.
Other users can make changes to the employee master data. That means the control record will control the entire payroll process for a particular payroll area. Yeah, the control record will control entire payroll for a particular payroll area. So whenever the payroll administrator wants to run the payroll, they will lock the payroll area for master data changes. And after the payroll run is completed, yeah, then
Okay.
after exiting the payroll, then the master data changes can be done, yeah, by clicking on release for correction. Release for correction. Whenever the control record is in the release for correction mode, master data changes can be made and the payroll will be locked. And whenever the control record is in the release for payroll mode, the master data changes are locked and the payroll can be done. Right? Payroll can be done. So this is the importance of a control record. This is the importance of a control.
Okay.
Right, Abhi? I think we'll stop here for now. Stop here for now. 1 second.